Alright, this is about how far I've gotten along on this thing right here. I actually got it into the shop. How long did that take, right? Forever. 2 years. That's got to be replaced. I really don't think that I can straighten out this radiator, even though it is still fully functional, believe it or not. And like I said earlier, that transcooler has got some kind of a leak, so it needs to be replaced. And the AC condenser was toast, so that was taken out. I couldn't reach these screws right here with my tool, so I had to hack that out. He's a real hack! It's smashed anyway, so I very gingerly took my sawzall and cut that out. And I'll have to inspect this wire loom a little closer, but I did nick it. Hopefully I didn't cut a wire in there. I looked at it pretty carefully so far, and I don't see any damage to the wiring. Just a protective covering was damaged. This vehicle has the most damage is over here. And like I said, there's no damage to the frame. Just those bumper horns right there. That one's kind of bent back. That one is just slightly twisted. Not too bad. So that's that. These core supports, like I've said before, they're made out of cast aluminum, so they're impossible to repair once they are damaged. So that'll go in the aluminum scrap pile, I guess. And he's a real hack! Look at that! Yeah, that's about the only way to get this smashed piece off, I guess, is to make sure all the wiring and hoses is out of the way and take the sawzall to it and cut it apart. I've been at this, because I'm no pro, I've been at this for probably about a good 4 hours, at least. Where a pro, like the book hours, this would probably only be like 0.9 hour, to disassemble. Yeah, you're fired, King. Yeah, I know. God, I know. I'm not a pro. Then there's this other channel I discovered. And man, I really love the Cuban people, but I think this guy's, I don't know the name of it, Extinct, or Going Extinct Garage or something like that. I can't remember, but he's railing on about, seems like a good guy. I don't know. He's railing on, he used to be Jabba's friend, I guess. He's railing on about, messing with cars from junkyards and nickel and dime cars and save your money. Put down $7,500 on a car. Yeah, maybe if you build yourself, I won't completely knock it. It sounds like sound advice, sort of. But you gotta build yourself into that place. I mean, you can't just, hey, honey, okay, I'm married. Maybe some of you aren't, but hey, honey, I'm just gonna take $7,500 and go and buy some car that we're not gonna drive. Huh? What? Can you spell Divorce? Hey, honey. And He's like, oh, your skills and stuff like that. Well, some of us don't have. Some of us have Jabba skills. Counting blue cars. Some of us might be a little bit better. And a lot of us like to play around with junker classic cars and dream that they can be something that they probably never really will be. But if you think about it, cars fixed up or whatever, bought for cheap or whatever. All cars are just cars bought for cheap or whatnot. Basically, all of them are, meant to be driven and enjoyed. Not, you could do it. It's free country, fix up your car, make it super show quality and a museum piece and keep it stored most of the time and put it on display and maybe drive it like once in a while, and to each their own. I wouldn't knock that. I mean, that's what you want to go and do, then go do that. But like that last car that I cranked out, that Camaro, I mean, that's not a Meacham quality paint job, but it's above average in my opinion. And apparently the guy is taken to a couple of car shows, so I don't know what place it's taken, but that's the whole idea. I mean, take your custom car, your fixed up car, your not so perfect car, your antique car to car shows, and because it's like stuff that you don't see every day, and it's something that's just meant to be enjoyed. And even something like this is meant to be enjoyed instead of just sitting around. But what I'm going to do with this is fix it up and sell it, just like the Camaro. The most major damage is right here in this spot, which shouldn't be too big of a deal. I'll put the clamp right on there. I won't call it a frame puller. It's more like a heavy-duty come-along. It's got like this steel clamp that you crank down on, and you don't got to really drill holes or anything like that, and you pull. Maybe, beat with a hammer a little bit here, there, as it's coming along. This is kinked in a little bit. It's not too bad. The major kink is right up here at the battery, which I think this thing was engineered to do. Bend and fold. But, I don't know. We shall see. It's not even like, like the structure of the vehicle is not even rusted out at all. It's completely 100% solid. It's in really good shape, actually. Sure it is, King. It's in really good shape. No, really, it's not rusted out or nothing, as far as those parts are concerned. I'm sure it was getting close to it, though, because, look at all that mud the fender was holding in here. I took the fender liner out. Look at all that. That's a lot of crud. There's a couple of 10 millimeter screws just like that. That I'm having a hard time like a Jabba getting at it. Where the heck is the wrench anyway? 10 millimeter. That one's an 11. Oh, there it is. There's my 10 millimeter right there. There's a 10 millimeter just inside here, right behind that crud right there. There's just one 10 millimeter holding it in this section, and there are two 10 millimeters down there holding it down there, which On this side over here, it completely snapped off. Even though I did soak it with some PB Blaster, the thing still snapped right off. So I'm not gonna lose any sleep over that. So yeah, on the other side, just like here, 10 millimeter, and right down here, 10 millimeter. This one you get at from opening the door, and this one you get at from taking the fender liner out. Because you really can't get at it from opening the door because the hinge is kind of in the way. I tried getting my ratchet in there, but the ratchet's too tight because they're the shape of the fender. I don't know. Where did I put that fender anyway? I'm sure, a pro body shop has perfect tools for that. But see this thing right here? This thing gets in the way. So yeah, it's just a bit beyond repair. That's another thing about Ford. From the factory, the fender is not actually painted. I mean, what the hell?
The driver, Sean Higgins, remains in jail awaiting a hearing on September 13th. WLS News Time 304.
It's bolted together before it gets painted. What kind of cheap crap is that? Chevy guys are always beating up on the Ford guys, but then, you go back 30 years. See, this is my mentality 25, 30 years ago. Where, the nuts and bolts were a lot larger. And the inner fenders were made out of steel. And men were men, and moose were scared. Not this aluminum and super thin plastic. Not just plastic, but super thin plastic. What we got holding on this is what we have holding on the fenders on this. 5.5 millimeter screws. Hold the fender, the steel fender to the fender liner. What kind of cheap garbage is that? And this is an old car too, it's a 2007. Imagine what they're making now. For $100,000. Hell to no. Like, why are they doing that?